This is how it is going to go. We are going to have 7 days straight where we have picks that you can make with your chance to be BetTV's Betting Extraordinaire for a chance to win $25,000. If you get the first 3 questions right over the course of 3 days, you're going to win $250. If you get to day 5, you're going to win $2,500. And if you get through day 7, a week straight of correct picks, we're going to give you $25,000. No joke.
No joke is right. Welcome to Who Wants to Be a Betting Extraordinaire. It is day 2 of our current game, our current contest, I guess we should call it. Yesterday, we had 4 baseball favorites, small favorites, ranging in the minus 130 to minus 140 price, and 3 of the 4 won. And so I believe, I'm not sure if it was a total of 7 callers that won or if it was 7 total and 6 won. But regardless, there was only one pick. Poor Ryan, first time trying out, calling into the show. He goes with the Rockies, and I asked Quan live, I said, hey, you got to play along. We're not going to pay you if you win, but you got to play along. Who are you going to pick? Sure enough, Quan says, hey, I like Colorado. And that was the lone loser. Everybody else, we're going to open up the lines. 661515 bets for those that won yesterday. Patrick, Tone, Bob's teaching math today, I think. I'm not even sure if he'll be able to call back in, but I don't know.
Those kids don't need it.
I mean, it's later in the day. Maybe he can figure it out. The late lunch, bathroom break for the teacher. I've always wondered about that because always the kids that are asking to go, the teachers just never have to go.
They get that 1 hour. That's it.
Maybe Bob has to go. He's like, I got $25K to win. That's what you guys pay me a year. Yeah. Look, there's 4 baseball games again today. It's going to get increasingly difficult if you're new, haven't seen us run this show before. We have day 1 through 7. $25K if you can pick 7 straight winners, but they're not all going to be minus 140 favorites, right? So today we're going small underdogs in the plus 105 to 119 range. There's 4 of those on the card. So we're going to talk through them. I'm going to go ahead and just mention them now while we wait for people to give us a call back in. But we have the Phillies, who, by the way, were on the card yesterday in Take Care of Business. They've moved since we set up the graphic. If you want to post the graphic, you can. So people can get a visual of the current game that people are going to have to pick from. Phillies plus 105. It is more like plus 109, plus 110 in the market. Giants plus 119, who have not announced, at least since I last looked about 10 minutes ago, a pitcher. They had Alex Wood and Johnny Cueto. COVID safety protocols were scratched for the first 2 games here anyway. So they're probably going to go like an opener and maybe a bunch of relief pitching. And anyways, a little bit dangerous. I think betting San Francisco are using them, but their price there plus 119. Tigers would probably be just relative to the market at plus 103. Skubal is at home to Oakland. Irvin pitching for the A's. They're plus 103. And then the last one's the Rangers, who beat up the Rockies last night. Sitting plus 115 against Colorado. Lyles plus, you can get plus 118s. So for those that are shopping around, if you're intrigued, there's 1 plus 120. We're going with plus 117. It doesn't actually matter for the sake of the callers. They're just trying to pick a winner and move on. And then tomorrow, we got 1 more day of baseball. If you win, everyone that comes through wins through tomorrow, day 3, $250 each. And we're going to go football for Thursday because we have a college football week 1 officially blasting off. So that's the plan. And then Friday, we'll have an entire weekend of games to choose from. We'll have a lot of fun because if you get through day 3 and you're day 4 and day 5 Fridays for $2,500, that'll be pretty big. We might even have a guest come on, break down whatever the question is. I'll break it down in more depth as well, getting into some college football. So yeah, that's the schedule. No calls yet. No one wants the $25K, Quan. Are you sure the lines are actually open? I guess we should double check. 661
Let me hit the button. I got to hit the button to open the lines.
If it was actually closed, I'm not sure if you're just messing with me or
not. They're open.
Okay.
There we go. Somebody wants some money.
He's making that up. I actually think he forgot to push the button. All right, let's bring him through. Welcome to Who Wants to Be Betting Extraordinaire. Who are we speaking with?
It's Patrick.
All right, Patrick. Welcome back to the show. Congratulations yesterday with your win. I believe you went with the Rays. Took care of business.
I did.
Today, if you heard the question, It's similar. You just have to pick another winner, but it is a small underdog. A, the Phillies. B, the Giants. C, the Tigers. D, the Rangers.
Oh, shoot. I didn't hear the question before. Okay, so it's the
You
Phillies.
got time.
The Giants are playing. Where are the Giants?
They're going up against Woodruff, rotation 9-10. Milwaukee, I was just mentioning Cueto and Alex Wood, who were supposed to pitch yesterday and today, were scratched because of COVID safety protocol stuff. I believe it'll
I
probably
don't
be
even
an
see that game on
opener.
the board anymore.
It might be down some places as well. Yeah, it got pulled some, and I think they're waiting for a starter announcement. But there are a few spots that have it up that went up about 2 hours ago.
Okay. And then the Tigers, I think I would probably go. And the Tigers and what was the last one? The Rangers?
Rangers, yeah. You have.
I want nothing to do with Jordan Lyles. No way. Scooble has actually he's been pretty good, and Irvin's kind of I'm going to go with the Tigers.
Okay. We'll lock you in. I think just from a game theoretical perspective with the price, that's the best option. And I was going to mention this at the end, but Scooble's had a nice little stint for me on my fantasy team. I scooped him a few weeks back. He just Ks everybody. So at the very least, even if he's a little wild sometimes, he's getting 8 to 10 strikeouts a game. It's been crazy. But we'll lock you in for Detroit, and we'll see. You might not have anyone to go up against if no one else calls in. So Patrick might be the lone.
Well,
lone
I
player.
didn't want to be the first. I didn't want to be the first caller because I wanted to kind of see what everybody else was picking. But like, you know what? I'll just do it. I'll be first.
We appreciate
I'll
it.
dip my toes in the pool.
You might have just been sitting there for 10 more minutes and no one calls. But
Yeah.
right on. Anything else while we're waiting that you like on the baseball diamond that you have bet for today?
Let's see. I liked a couple games moving against me. I liked the over in the Phillies Nationals game.
Okay.
Man, both those pitchers have been in really bad form, and both the Phillies and Nationals hit left-handers really well. And the bullpens haven't been that great either. And I can't remember the umpires off the top of my head, but he's a very over tendency type umpire. So I don't understand why the line's moving back down on that total. And I also took the Yankees run line, Barria. He's awful for the Angels, and their bullpen's trash too. And I think Tyon, he's due for a rebound.
Do you know off the top of your head, was this the game that Ohtani was supposed to pitch, or is that later?
Yes, it was, but he got scratched because he had something wrong with his hand.
Yeah,
So
I
he's
also
still gonna
think
DH, but he's not going to pitch.
I kind of think it's Sharp anyway. He's such a favorite to win MVP. Why even risk him getting shelled by the Yankees with any type of injury? I think it's smart. He could just play DH the rest of the way and probably take home MVP. So I'm not surprised.
Well, that's what Joe Madden said too. I read a couple quotes from him saying, "Hey, he's in line for all these personal awards, so why risk it pitching?"
Yep,
So
makes a ton of sense. Cool, man. We appreciate your time. Good luck today, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, hopefully.
all right, see you. Bye.
We got Carlos up next. Is that who I heard? Welcome to Who Wants to Be Betting Extraordinaire. Carlos, you are one of, I believe it was 6 total winners from yesterday, but only the second caller. So it may just be you and Patrick left. Chance to win $25,000. I'm not sure if you heard the question. I will repeat it. Your Washington Nationals are involved. They're going up against the Phillies. You have to choose a baseball winner. Which of these small underdogs takes care of business? So Phillies, Giants, Tigers, or Rangers? Any thoughts?
Let's see. I have to go with Patrick, and I have to go with the fact that he's on your your fantasy baseball team. Scrabble,
Yes.
Scrabble, whatever his name is. Let's go. We're going to take Detroit.
That easy. Going with Detroit. This is what's interesting is if everyone's picking Detroit and you're wrong, then like if whoever the next caller is, like for example, Tone, who just hung up on Last Word Cheetah, should be calling back in at some point. If he goes elsewhere, he'll be sitting pretty for day 3. Carlos, we'll lock you in for Detroit, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. Quan keeps making faces and going like this. Something with the graphic not working, I think. It could be it. It's all good, man. We have someone else on the line. Yeah, go ahead and patch them through. Welcome to the Who Wants to Be a Betting Extraordinaire. Who are we talking with?
Preston, it's Arb, man. How's it going?
Zarab. It is going. Welcome again to day 2. You've probably already heard the question. Small baseball underdog this time around. 4 options. Phillies, Giants, Tigers, and Rangers.
I am going to go Phillies.
Okay, so Phillies, slight move against the Phillies recently. We had set up a graphic. It said plus 105. They've moved to plus 109, plus 110. Not sure it's super significant at this point, but any other reasons or thoughts for Philadelphia on your end? Or just one of the lower options that's more likely to win than the others?
That's what I'm thinking, the latter.
Yep, and you already have heard 2 calls for the Tigers. Okay, that makes sense. I think that's the right play. Good luck. Hopefully we talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Preston. Take care.
Yep, see ya. Quan's still making...
His graphic is killing me right now.
Face is like, he's done this like 4 times in the last 3 calls. I'm getting some interesting messages, by the way, regarding some baseball game that someone just walked off. No, I'm confused. Someone's messing with me, I think. Some thread I'm in is talking about walk-off homers, but I don't even think there's a game going, is there? All right. We'll give people a couple more minutes. There's 3 more winners from yesterday that are due to call. But I also, in 3 minutes, if 2:15 hits and you guys don't call, I'm just going to cut it. I have no reason to give you guys more of a chance to win $25,000 than you already have. Quan, don't worry about the graphic. We'll figure it out for tomorrow. It's all good. You're stressing out too much over the graphic. Everyone knows it's the Phillies, the Giants, the Tigers, and the Rangers. Here's the question. Which one are you going to mush today? You got to pick one. One are the underdogs. We have 2 go Tigers and 1 go Phillies.
What did we say?
We had 2 go with the Tigers, 1 with the Phillies,
Phillies,
but also the Giants and Rangers are options. And the Giants, it's not up very many places because they've had some scratches with their starting pitching. So maybe risky to go Giants anyway.
I want to go which small underdog wins today. What's the matchups? Let's get a breakdown.
You got Lyles for Texas, the Rangers, going up against Gomber, the Rockies. Skubal for the Detroit Tigers, by the way, hometown team. Young arm.
I've listened to you talk to Carlos enough to tell you to stay away from his hometown team.
He's going up against Irvin for the A's, who Patrick mentioned is kind of regressing at this point, his last few starts. Matt Moore, not to be confused with Hart High alumnus Matt Moore that played in the NFL. Maybe still is a backup occasionally if you need him. I think that's what happened with the Chiefs, right? He was like sitting at home and they called him up when Mahomes got hurt. He's going up against Patrick Corbin, and the Washington Nationals. So the Giants again, Woodruff and the Brewers, but the Giants probably going to be an opener. I was going to wait and give my thoughts on the picks after everyone called in, which we're going to be cutting off in a minute if no one else calls back in. We only have the 3 that come through. That's my actual, of all the 4 opinions, is I actually strongly disagree with the Giants price. I think Milwaukee's short at the minus 128, 130 range that you can get right now.
I see the Tigers here at, you might have said it, but it's like they're minus 105.
You can get plus 100, plus 103. There's 1 plus 105 now. It fluctuates a little bit since we first started taking.
I'm gonna wait till Tone goes, and then I'll jinx everybody.
Oh, that's a good play. You can't make the pick until we know what Tone likes, and then you can just go with whatever Tone says. All right, bring them through. Welcome to Betting Extraordinaire, Tone. You've been breaking it down for the last 15 minutes. What do you like?
Wait, what is it? What's the thing?
Okay.
I haven't been.
It's all right. I've repeated it a lot, but I wasn't sure if you were actually breaking it down or if you just woke up after a little nap since the last call. It's which small underdog wins.
Whoa, these ricochet shots today, Preston. Earlier you're trying to say, I don't know, basketball or something. Sleeping, like it's 2:00 where you are. You're taking the afternoon nap, buddy. I just got a nice day of working over here. All right, somebody's got to work, you know.
I was a little surprised that you hadn't called right back in since you had basically called to end the last show. That's all. Thought maybe you just had to hit the the hammer for a few
Yeah, I was
seconds.
busy with Kwan's mother.
Again?
Kwan's mother.
That's horrible. That's bad decision making on somebody's part.
Quan never did anything to you.
Yeah,
It was
no,
kind of
I-
uncalled
that's
for
Kwan.
yesterday.
I'm nice. That's Kwan. I'm nice to him. Sometimes I might hit him with a ricochet shot. He's an easy target.
We're trading ricochet shots. All right, here's the question. All right. Small underdog in MLB. No longer favorites like yesterday. Phillies, Giants, Tigers, Rangers. They're all in that like plus 103 to plus 115 range.
Oh, man.
Phillies have Matt Moore on the road against Washington and Patrick Corbin. The Giants, Cueto and Alex Wood were scratched. They were supposed to start. Yeah, it's probably going to be an opener. They haven't announced it. But Woodruff and Milwaukee are who they're playing. And then Skubal at home against Irvin and the A's. And then Lyles against the Rockies.
God, some horrible options.
Yeah, I think you could reverse round robin the
I'm not
favorites and
picking
win.
the Phillies. I'm not picking the Phillies. God, I really might just take the Giants in a blind one. Oh, man.
Why not Phillies? You just don't bet on your own teams?
I mean, Matt Moore is pretty pathetic. I don't really want to take the Phillies, and no Hoskins. That's, helps you against lefties. They're big right-handed bats, so no, I don't really want to take them. Yeah, give me the Giants.
All right. We'll lock you in. San Francisco. That's good. You're the lone picker on the Giants, so if they win, some of the others lose, you'll be the best shot at winning some cash tomorrow.
Bet. All right, have a good evening, gentlemen. And
You
Quan,
too.
all respect. Don't worry, I'll keep good care of her.
All respect. I'll take good care of her.
Thanks, Tone. You're a stand-up guy.
Yeah, what a nice gentleman.
What a nice.
I thought actually he was like, all right, all respect, Quan. Take care. No. It was all respect. I will take care of her.
Yeah, you're asking for too much. I'm gonna go with the Giants then. We're gonna jinx them. We're
Get 'em
gonna
right
see
back.
if we can jinx them.
Ricochet shot, as
Yeah,
he says.
let's go.
What were you going to say before he went with the Giants?
I probably would have went Tigers.
Okay, that's what I would go with if I had a choice of the four, and I strongly disagree with going with San Francisco. So you two probably win now since I said that. But if anything, Tone's set up to fail.
Yeah.
Remember last time we ran the Who Wants to Be Betting Extraordinaire segment as the Last Word Cheetah show, and he was the last one remaining. He actually did pretty well with some Summer League through 2 games, and day 3 ended up losing. But if you guys are right, some others lose, he'll be lone player again tomorrow for day 3. We had 2 callers. I think Bob, again, he played yesterday. He's teaching. There's probably one more out there that couldn't end up making the call back. But what we'll have to do, just to be sure, I should have done this. This is on me, is remind people, hey, you won. Call back at 2 Pacific, 2:05, 2:10, whatever it may be. Because I know Bob is teaching and he wasn't going to be able to call back, but we're missing one, and I feel bad. Maybe I can message them and see if they want to make a play before it starts. Is that fair? I'm just thinking this through on the spot.
I would say we're working out the kinks. So yeah, give them a shot.
Okay. If we'll find out who it was. I can't remember off the top of my head. It might have been, because Ryan's the one that lost with the Rockies. We'll figure it out. But if I can text him and get a play in before any of the games start, I think I'll count it, because that's on me for not reminding him directly, which I'd intended to do. Hey, call in at this time. So we'll work it out. We'll get it good. Tomorrow, day 3, $250 stage, and maybe they'll start using some lifelines. We have a couple. Phone the audience, we'll call it. Poll the audience, poll Twitter, and then ask the pro. Can go with whatever I pick. We're definitely not asking Quan. Good work despite the graphic, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Last Word Cheetah, full day, 1 o'clock Pacific. Betting Extraordinaire, 2 o'clock. And then we have the Right Angle show for Steam Morning. Is that at 3?
Yes.
All right, it's not 3:30, right? It's at 3. Okay, I'm already forgetting when everything is.
All these.
But 3 shows on Wednesdays. It's pretty busy. We'll be back then. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.